chair recognizes the gentleman from Indiana.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I rise in support of my amendment, which is deeply personal. Madam Chair, I was assigned to the 3rd Battalion, 3rd Marines. In 1983, my battalion was ordered to Beirut, Lebanon. On October 23rd of that same year, an Iranian national affiliated with Hezbollah, a terror group founded, trained, and financially supported by the Iranian regime, drove a truck bomb into the U.S. barracks in Beirut, killing 241 servicemen, 220 which were my fellow Marines. It is by the grace of God that I am standing here today. My battalion shipped out 10 days before the bombing. I was lucky. I was able to come home to my wife, who is expecting our first child, and my family in Columbus, Indiana. As a proud U.S. Marine, Congressman Gallego and I authorized this bipartisan, bicameral legislation to provide a sliver of justice for the 241 heroes who were not as lucky that day. Madam Chair, our amendment is simple. The OORAH Act would allow the families of the bombing victims to execute on the $1.6 billion in Iranian funds currently held by a European-based firm. These funds were laundered through New York before making their way to Europe, where they sit just outside the hand of justice. Regardless of the party you conference with or the district you represent, we can all agree that terrorists and those who support them financially must be held accountable for their actions. When I joined the Marines in 1979, I made a promise of Semper Fidelis. Semper Fi is a lifelong commitment held by every Marine in the Corps in America, a promise reciprocated by the Corps to all Marines. Madam Chair, we must uphold this promise. Marines are the first to fight, and this time we're fighting for the Gold Star families who lost their loved ones. I urge my colleagues to support this amendment and stand with Congressman Gallego and me and our colleagues in the Senate to honor the faith and loyalty of the 241 American servicemen who made the ultimate sacrifice. Madam Chair, OORAH stands for our obligation to recognize American heroes, or as the Marines say, OORAH. I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. Does any member seek time in opposition?